Okay, good morning, everybody. It's the top of the hour. We just returned from an incredible Eric Worre event, the ASEA United Mastermind event, broadcast live from Eric Worre and Marina Worre's home in Las Vegas, Nevada. Wow, wow, wow. What an incredible weekend. So I hope you guys attended virtually. We wanted to, rent a private plane and put every single ASEA associate on that private plane and fly everybody to this $12 million house. But that wasn't in the cards. But I'll tell you what, the closest thing we can do to making that happen is to bring you all there virtually. So how many of you guys were at the virtual event this weekend? Yay, did you learn anything? Was it good? Yeah, okay, good. Well, we learned a lot. We soaked in so much. There is so much to learn and there is so much to do. And I don't know if you have a competitive bone in your body, but I'll tell you what, I love, network marketing, and I love ethical companies in network marketing. But nobody has anything close to what we have, you guys. We are so lucky, and we are squandering an opportunity. There are people that had 20,000 people plugging into their virtual event. Okay. And they sell keto and weight loss and eyelashes and soap and I don't know what they sell, computer stuff and whatever. Nobody, when people don't buy their products, people don't suffer. I mean, I'm sorry, they just don't. They might be a little fatter. They might not have as long eyelashes or whatever, but they don't, they don't suffer like they do when they don't find out about ASEA. So you guys, I'm telling you, my prediction is April of 2022, ASEA will be by far of all the companies that went to Eric Worre's home and did an event like we did, a mastermind event. ASEA is going to blow every other company away as far as how much we grew from 21 to 22. Now, in all fairness, we're the smallest company there. Okay. We brought 3,000 people, which is a spit in the pond compared to most people that put together an event like that. So, you guys, there's no excuse for that. There is absolutely no excuse for that. We've been around for 11 years now. I'll take full responsibility. I mean, I should have had 3,000 people from my team alone at that event. So I dropped the ball as far as I'm concerned. But let me just tell you that coming up in December, Eric's goal is to have 250,000 people attending the virtual GoPro in December. So how many of you guys are registered for that event? Okay, great. And if you're not registered for that event, then let me just tell you two things. You can, the $97 ticket from Eric Worre is now over because that went through midnight Monday, okay? But let me just give you an inside hint. Denny Robinson bought 300 tickets and Tammy and Chuck Gates bought 300 tickets, and they are selling them for it's like $75. Well, I don't know about Denny, but Chuck and Tammy Gates are selling their GoPro tickets for, I think, $75. And so contact Chuck and Tammy Gates if you want tickets. And if you want lots of tickets for your team, like, buy 10 tickets and then you can get 10 tickets for people on your team. They just pay you the $75, or you can have them contact Chuck and Tammy directly. But anyway, you guys, we're going to have our own ASEA room at this virtual GoPro event coming up in December. So we can talk specifically ASEA. The GoPro event, as you know, is general network marketing principles. It's not specific ASEA network marketing principles, but in our room, we'll be talking specific ASEA stuff where it goes out to the public. When Eric Worre is running the thing, we'll be talking about general network marketing principles, which apply whether you're selling keto or weight loss or, whatever you're selling. Nobody's selling redox, guys. Nobody's selling redox. So listen, this morning's going to be a little different. what I would like you to do is what we did. And one of the assignments that Eric gave us in front of everybody was to state one thing that you're proud of yourself for. You know, we're all proud of our kids and our dogs and our husbands and our wives and our house and our pets and whatever, right? But I want you to tell me, we're going to go around one by one by one by one and just tell everybody one thing that you're proud of yourself for in the last 30 days. So Harrison, let's start with you. What's one thing that you're proud of yourself for in the past 30 days?
I'm proud of taking responsibility for my thoughts, and that, you know,
Awesome.
being intentional. Yeah.
Yeah, that's incredibly important. Mark? And you're muted, so everybody's got to unmute themselves and then mute themselves again.
I would say the same thing that Harrison said is, you know, I've known this for a long time too. And I've had periods of my life where I was more mindful, and then, you know, life works on you and it slips away. And suddenly, you know, you're filling it back up with the old programming. And I just made a commitment about a month ago, in fact, that I've got the knowledge, I've got the tools. I can't pretend I don't know it anymore.
There you go. Yeah, I don't know if you have this. There's a CD, an audio CD called The Strangest Secret. And there's also a book, The Strangest Secret. And if I were you, and I mean, if you're one of those people on this call that are really working on controlling your thoughts, I would listen to that CD, you know, at least one time a day for the next 30 days. And just have, when you go to sleep at night, you're going to have Napoleon Hill's, I think that's who did it, voice talking to you in your sleep. You know, he's got a very nice voice. We listened to Jim Rohn all the way home from Salt Lake City yesterday, and his voice is a little different, you know what I mean? But he's got a great message. So anyway, you might want to listen to The Strangest Secret and just get that into your brain, because as we were saying last night on the ASEA Global Expansion Team Zoom, we will create our life like we always have been, Mark. Like Mark said, you know, we're going to continue to create our life in the next 90 days with every single thought and every single word that we speak. And so when they say, you know, words are more powerful than the sword, it's because you create your destiny with your words, and what create your words is your thoughts. So yeah, you get control of the 6 inches between your ears, and there is nothing you can't do. And it's not your job to figure out the how. It's your job to figure out what and why, and then move forward in that direction. And God can't steer a parked car. If you're not moving, you're not going to get any kind of inclination of which way you should move. And so, you know, there's this divine intervention tool that'll help you if you get moving. But if you just sit there and worry about it, nothing's going to happen. That's the truth. That's how it works. So great, Mark. Ruth, what are you proud of?
Well, same thing. I've been working on my thoughts, and I reconnected with a friend who's a life coach. She's done a lot of executive coaching, and she wants to work with me for the next 3 months. So we started yesterday. Super excited.
Oh my gosh, I can see it in your face. I'm excited for you. I'm excited for you. See what you're attracting into your world?
Thank you.
Very, very excited. And one of the things I think Roseanne Donahoe, David Barboza, Chuck Guevara last night on the ASEA Global Expansion Team Zoom said, I just have to give myself permission to succeed. That's all I have to do, is give myself permission to succeed. Once I say, all right, go for it, you know, then, you know, that's all it takes. The door opens wide, and you're going to get a little nervous stomach. Like, can I handle this? Can I handle this? Can I handle this? Don't doubt yourself. The door wouldn't open if you couldn't handle it. Lynn, what are you proud of?
She's trying to come off of mute.
Oh, yeah, just press unmute, Lynn.
All right, I'm sorry. I thought I had already unmuted myself.
I know, then I muted,
Um,
there was some background noise.
Oh, okay. Um, Gosh, I guess I'm proud of not giving up and continuing to do the work, even though sometimes it looks like you're not getting anywhere. To just stick in there and let's say stick and stay.
Yep,
Um,
absolutely.
yeah,
Good for
right.
you. Good for you. You know, Bo and I packed suitcases to go to Las Vegas, and we put in a bathing, we had a big old suitcase. We put in a bathing suit, and we put in a top, and we put in some shorts, and we put in some socks, and nothing of it, like, how much a shirt weighs? Not much. Well, little by little by little by little, that suitcase was 50 pounds. We barely got on the flipping plane because we had such a heavy suitcase. And that's the same principle, Lynn, is that it doesn't feel like you're getting anywhere, right? But with every move that you make, these little tiny little things are getting you to where you want to go. But oftentimes you can't feel it, you can't see it. When people are drinking ASEA, they can't tell about the cells that are being helped by taking ASEA because it's working at the cellular level. I mean, they're 2 to 4 atoms across. Something's bad's been going on our body for 7 to 10 years before it's called something, and the body's going to pick it up way before it's called something. So same principle applies. So good for you, Lynn, for not giving up, and you will make sure that you make this business tangible. So Copycat Keith gave us a training where he said, you know what? I took Bo Buck's advice and I'm placing 2 tools for the next 31 days. And come hell or high water, he did it no matter what, whether it was midnight, whether it was 2 o'clock in the morning. No, he didn't call anybody at midnight or 2 o'clock in the morning, but he placed those tools via email. He called Hawaii. He figured it out. He's a problem solver because he's hungry, he's coachable, and he's willing. So Lynn, you're hungry, you're coachable, you're willing. And so keep just doing the do. And the other advice is, if what you're doing is not getting you closer to where you want to go, then you might have to tweak what you're doing, right? And the other question is for you, do you have a mentor?
Yeah, I guess Keith Brown is my other half, and he listens to Jim Rohn and Og Mandino. So I guess those are my mentors.
Well, you can't have better mentors than Og Mandino and Jim Rohn. So good for you. Yeah, just get those men talking in your brain just have that part of your thought process on a daily basis. And there's no doubt, I believe you can get where you want to go. So good for you, Lynn.
Thank you.
Copycat Keith, what are you proud of? Oh, you got to unmute yourself, buddy.
Having an intentional attitude of gratitude for sure, but investing in myself to grow this business, both in time and in money, is what I'm very, very proud of myself for doing. Being a part of this tribe, this call every morning, an investment of time, being at gratitude to be able to be mentored by you and Bo and other leaders like Dave and Peg on this team has been so valuable. And then taking that and doing stuff intentionally every single day, including investing in my business, investing and finding ways to have people to talk to, both in time and in money. So that's what I'm most proud of today.
Good for you, man. I'll tell you what, we live in a free country, and these military people have fought their brains out to make sure that we live in a free country. And you guys, a lot of the people squander the freedom because you guys, we can do whatever we want to do within the law. We don't want to hurt anybody. We don't want to, we want to follow the law, but we can do anything we want to do. And we will work, not us, but people in America will work harder for somebody else than they will for themselves. That's crazy to me, because what happens when you have a job is they only pay you enough so you won't quit, and you only work hard enough so they won't fire you. So it's a metza mediocre blah lifestyle. And the awful thing is people work their brains out until they're 65 and they can finally retire from something they hate. And then oftentimes they get sick and die. And so they miss their chance at this life. This is not a dress rehearsal. We don't get a second chance, guys. So I love that, copycat, man. Decide what you want and intentionally go for it every single day and invest in yourself. I love that. Thanks, man. Love that. All right, Cosimo, what are you proud of?
I have my activity tracker, and last week and the week before were the best of 21 and 2020.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Good for you. Keep that line going in that direction, man. You deserve it. You know you deserve it, right?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Roseanne Donahoe, who's on this call, we're going to hear from her in a second, but she said, I don't even know why haven't I been going for it? Like, what's the problem? It's not anybody else's problem. It's right here. And I don't know what the heck, I got to change the wiring. So you guys, as soon as you feel scared and as soon as you feel defeated and as soon as you feel whatever negative emotion you're feeling, okay, this is going to sound hard. I'm saying this in love. I'm not saying this in, meanness. It's not about you. You're being selfish. When you're having a pity party, you're thinking about yourself. You're not supposed to be thinking about yourself. You're supposed to be thinking about how you can serve the person in front of you. And when you serve them, you will win. That's the crazy paradox that most people don't understand. Okay. It doesn't mean you don't love yourself. You totally love yourself, right? You got to totally feed yourself, but it's not about you. So, look fear in the eye and say, you know what? While I focus on my fear, somebody's suffering. So forget about it. I'm not scared anymore. So good for you, Cosimo. Keep that line going up, buddy. Keep tracking your results. That's awesome. Incredible. Incredible. Kathy, what are you proud of?
Well, just like Lynn, I'm proud of myself for not giving up with the no's that I have had. And then watching my words, what come out of my mouth, to think more positive.
There you go. Awesome. Awesome. Absolutely. You're carving your mouth. Whatever you speak, that's what's going to show up. Right. And so it's amazing. I mean, I was saying last night on the call, I said, when Bo and I are leaving the house, we catch ourselves sometimes saying, hey, don't forget to feed the cat. And then we go, remember to feed Goober. You know what I mean? It's a slight shift, but it makes all the difference because we're not constantly forgetting things. We're constantly remembering to do things. Tiny, tiny shift, huge difference in the results. Good for you, Kathy.
Thank you.
Good for you. Benita, what are you proud of?
So on March 16th, you gave me the challenge to spend $100,000 every day for 30 days. So I've done that. I can't say that I've done every single day, but I did forget one week, and then I had to spend $800,000 in one day. That was a real trick, but it's really shifted something. It's really shifted something. This is so doable. It is. I deserve to have $100,000 to spend, if not a day, every few months, So yeah, that's been a great movement for me.
Good for you. Good for you. Yeah, we have so much limitation thinking around money. So many of us, I remember telling my mom, I said, Mom, this guy said that this other guy got in this business to make $5,000 a month. Do you know that he made $200,000 that month? And she goes, Cindy, nobody makes $200,000 a month. And I said, oh boy, there's where it comes from. There's where it comes from. I go, Mom, you know what? They do too. They do too. Where do you think these people in Aspen buy these $40 million homes? And it's their second home. You know what I mean? Mom, there's people that make a lot more than $200,000 a month. So I guess I just have to do it and then bring her the check, right? Great, Benita. Great discipline. We were listening to Jim Rohn yesterday, and he said, discipline, that vitamin D that we're all recommended to take. Yeah, discipline is key. So cool. Very, very good. Deb, what are you proud of?
I am proud of making the decision to uncomplicate my thinking and get out of my own way so that I can invite and encourage and influence people for the good.
Isn't that profound? Isn't complicated thinking a form of self-sabotage?
Oh, yes, it is.
You know,
And
yeah, it
Sure.
keeps, you're so busy trying to untangle things that you can't move forward. So good for you for identifying that in yourself. Yeah,
Thanks.
success loves speed. So keep it simple and go, baby. Good girl. All right. Lorraine, what are you proud of? Oh, you're muted. You're muted, Lorraine.
Okay, I was proud last week when I did my income tax report. I said, oh my God, that's what happens when you're on your doing your things every day. I said, this year my problem is I have to find something to put some expenses because we stayed home
There you
for
go.
the first time in many years.
Yeah. So your tax write-offs, you didn't have as many tax write-offs as you normally do.
Yeah.
Yeah. All the trips and the meals, entertainment, you know, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. Good for you. Good problem to have, right, Lorraine?
Yes.
Yes. So fantastic. So leverage that story. You know, I mean, you, and in this light attitude that you have right now, this, you know, this giggly girl, like, I made so much money last year, I didn't even realize it. You know what I mean? You can make that into a story and say, you know, how are you doing during the pandemic? And it's not nah. It's not like that. But, you know, just asking, and then in your giggly way go, you know, I couldn't believe it. I have this side gig, you know, that I'm working with this company. I didn't realize how much money I made. You know what I mean? And so that's going to start conversations that people, what do you mean made? How, most people are really starving. What do you mean? How did you do it? Can you help show me how to do it? You know what I mean? You're going to start great conversations with that thought and that feeling of that giggly girl going, I'm so excited about how much money I made last year. So good. So good. Very proud of you. Sandra, what are you proud of?
Well, I'm proud of the fact that I've been going through in the last month old files, people who maybe said no or not right now. And I'm proud that I didn't just forget them. And because it's proving to be even more valuable to them than when I first spoke to them. So, you know, don't give up on the
so good.
Yeah.
So good. Have you ever had somebody come up to you with tears in their eyes going, thank you so much for not giving up on me?
Yeah, well, one lady said to me, I can't believe you've kept my information since 2012 or 2016. And I say, I'm a hoarder of paper here. You know, I keep everybody's file.
That's right, because you care.
That's
because
right.
you care.
Yeah.
Right. So that's amazing. And that's incredible follow-up. That's the kind of follow-up we all want to be known for, you know, because that's a sign of a true professional. What it tells people subliminally is, if I work with Sandra, even if I don't have my act together, she does. This woman has her act together. So I would be honored to work with her, and maybe she could shed some of her insight into me. Maybe I could become as professional as she is. So that's what it says on a subliminal basis. So good for you. And it's total respect, Sandra, right? It shows people total respect. Good network marketers, the best network marketers, ask permission. And the bossy network marketers, you know, tell people what to do. And so by keeping people's information, you are showing ultimate respect. The divine in me honors the divine in you. So it's a great vibe. You're going to attract a very respectful tribe because you are being so respectful. So, and those kind of people are people that, you know, most of us love to spend time around. And so we're attracting those kind of people into our business, which makes our business very fun, something that we never want to retire from. So good for you, Sandra. Really good. Marcia, what are you proud of? Oh, and you're muted.
Okay, now I'm here. What I'm most proud of is that I've been able to take all of this learning or teaching that we've been having on social media through Facebook and Instagram, absorbing it and being really comfortable being able to reach out to people. And in one way, and I want to give an example of how of using it through Instagram and Facebook, in searching, I found a cousin of mine that I haven't seen since I was a little girl. I've got pictures of us on the slide with, we were like 5, 8 years old, something like that. And we've connected. She lives outside of New York City. And today she is an associate with us.
Wow.
So
Good for
exciting.
you. How exciting. How
Yeah.
exciting. I mean, social media has incredible aspects. Some people don't like some of its aspects because they don't want to put their whole life out on the table for the whole world to see. But how would you have ever hooked up with your cousin without social media, right?
Never would have found her, ever, ever.
How fun. Yeah. So finding very special people. Good for you. And by that way, that color looks incredible on you. Your magenta is a very good color for you. Rosie, what are you proud of?
I'm proud that that I'm listening to my heart, divine mind, and showing up. And it's been a long time since I've shown up. And I'm telling you, I'm so grateful. I just want to say, Cindy, I'm taking notes on what you're saying, because you guys, this woman is a wealth of information. And these little tidbits, yeah, I'm going to be using those. So thank you.
Well, you know
I'm
what?
so grateful for you.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
You look different today. I have to say that to you. You look different. You look like a different person today. I can't explain it. I can see what you just said. It's not that I believe what you just said. I can see it in you. It's so good to see. And let me just say to you, please don't dim your light. Please don't dim your light. Walk into the room, turn the freaking light on. You know what I mean? What happens as we get older is the light's on all the way, but then we get a little older and a little older and a little older and a little older, and somebody else kicks us in the teeth and somebody else says something, and then something happens and we have high expectations and then they don't work out, and and pretty soon our light, we can barely see where we're going in the room. The light's so dim. Turn the freaking light on. And when you turn your light on, Rosie, you give other people permission to turn their light on, right? You're not stealing the show. You're showing up, which allows other people to show up. You're not leaving other people in the shadows because you are in the light. It's not how it works. You show up and other people go, well, what the heck are we waiting for? That's what happens. So the ripple effect by you showing up is other people are going to show up too. So stop dimming your light. I'm so glad you've stopped dimming your light. Man, you look great. I just can barely wait to see what happens to you and your business in the next 90 days. So exciting. So exciting.
Thank you. Thank you.
Patricia, what are you proud of?
Hi. Hello.
Hi.
Okay, I was bold enough to get a coach, and I was also gave myself permission to drink 8 to 10 ounces of the molecules, which has made a huge difference.
Good for you.
Because I wasn't feeling well, because I'm always bouncing off a wall, have so much energy, etc. And I haven't been feeling well lately. And I'm like, okay, what's the trick? And I decided to increase the molecules because I was drinking my normal 2 or 4 ounces a day, and decided in the morning, you're going to have 8 to 10 ounces. So that's what I do every morning. And it has made a huge difference in my belief.
Good for you. Good for you. And that belief will carry you a long, long way. You know, Patricia, I have a thyroid cell issue that I'm trying to deal with. And I went to an endocrinologist and she did all the Western medical stuff. Finally, I fired her. Nice girl, but doesn't, doesn't do what I needed to do. Anyway, I went to my integrative doctor and he said, Cindy, how much ASEA are you taking? And I said, I actually backed off to 2 ounces twice a day because my husband broke his neck and I figured like he needed it more than I did. He goes, Cindy, for crying out loud, that is such a female thing to do. Woo-hoo-hoo. And he said, Cindy, I want you to double the ASEA you're taking. No, I want you to triple the ASEA you're taking. This guy's not even an associate, but he knows the science. He knows it works. And my integrative doctor is telling me to triple my ASEA. So Patricia, good for you, man. If something happens to you, you can't help anybody. You're a walking example of this technology, emotionally, mentally, physically. You are ASEA. So in order to be ASEA, you have to take as much as you need. So good for you to be that wise. And I heard you said you hired a coach too, right?
Yeah, because it's a friend of mine who started a coaching business, and I initially was like, I don't know if I want to do that. I started it, and you know how the devil plays a little trick in your mind. For the last week, I've been saying, I don't know if I can afford that anymore.
Yep.
I should take that out of my head.
Yep.
But I have to.
Yep.
In order to move forward.
Good for you. You got 2 wolves inside of you. One that's going to go for it and make the world a better place and, help you live your life to its fullest. And the other one's going to rip you down, tear you apart, tell you you can't, make you doubt, make you afraid. Every day you got to ask yourself, which wolf am I feeding? The positive wolf that's on my side going, don't mess with her. This girl's making things happen. Or the one that goes, oh, you can't do it. You can't do it. Nah, 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 nah. You know what I mean? It's your body. You decide which wolf you're feeding. So good for you. Good for you.
Thank you.
I don't know who's on the galaxy, but whoever's on the galaxy, what are you proud of? I don't know. Okay, we'll go over to Melanie. Melanie, what are you proud of?
Well, I have to tell you, I'm really proud of being here, listening to everybody this morning and your feedback. My glasses started fogging up from tears. And I have had been in a coaching program for quite a while, and I'm really proud of staying with that. Something major, somebody who coaches, the guy that walks on hot coals, Tony Robbins. Anyway, and what I'm really proud of in the past 30 days is really showing up and being in a great mood. That starts with this in the morning, and just inviting and getting so many people to that Eric Worre thing. I just feel like I'm on a whole new track, higher level, and sponsoring great people and just all kinds of wonderful surprises happening. And listening to all these people, it tells me other things I've been doing,
Yeah.
Anyway, this has just been great.
Fantastic. And Melanie, you look different too. I don't know what you're doing, but I'm telling you, doesn't she, guys? You just look different. You sit different. Everything about you is different. So even your background is different. So good. So good. So just keep up the good work. Congratulations for being on the leaderboard for the Cashville promotion. Really exciting to see people getting on that leaderboard and climbing to the top. You'll notice the people that are on that board, a lot of them are Director 700, you guys. So you know what? Now is the time, and go from where you are to where you want to be. Do you know, one last trivia, because we're past the bottom of the half hour. Do you know how much you have to earn a month in order to make $1 million a year in network marketing? Anybody know? $83,500 a month. Eric Worre said, if you're not making $1 million a year in ASEA, you're squandering this opportunity. I challenge you to write down on a piece of paper $83,500 a month, divide that by 4, which would be how many weeks are in the month. Let's just do that as a math problem together. And I'll just use my handy dandy calculator since it's so helpful. let's see, where is it? Here, let's see, let's just go. We've got 83,500. Okay, divided by 4 equals, so when you're making $20,875 a week, you will be earning $83,500 a month, which will bring you $1 million a year. And when you make $1 million a year, can you imagine how many people you have helped through your ripple effect? If we don't do our job well, people will suffer. You deserve to make $1 million a year. Don't ever apologize for the money that you make, because every nickel that you make represents a life that has been improved. So that's my challenge for you guys. You don't have to earn $1 million a year. Some people, that's not in the cards. That's not what they want. I'm not trying to push my goals on you. I'm just creating awareness so that if you give yourself permission to earn $1 million a year, a lot of people will benefit. So anyway, have an incredible day, you guys. We'll see you tomorrow on the Power Half Hour. Love you all. Bye-bye.
Love you. Thank you.